Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Short Play, a series of quick tours of games I like on a variety of platforms, new and old. Today we're looking at The Club. This was a 2008 release, developed by Bizarre Creations and published by Sega. Bizarre Creations is best known for its driving games such as the Project Gotham series and Metropolis Street Racer on the Dreamcast, but they branched out with some interesting experiments in the Xbox 360 and PS3 era, and this was one of them. Lead designer Matt Kavanagh described this game as a racing game with guns and placed a strong emphasis on arcadey scoring mechanics rather than narrative, and indeed there's hardly any narrative in this game at all. It's very much an arcadey style experience that's very much in keeping with what Sega used to do back in the Dreamcast era. In fact, if you ever played Outrigger by Sega, you might see a few slight connections between The Club and Outrigger, although there's no direct developmental connections between them, as far as I'm aware anyway. This game was pretty well received by the press at the time of its original release, but it's mostly forgotten today, sadly. So, let's go do something about that. Let's go play The Club.
Okay, here we are with The Club from Bizarre Creations, published by Sega. Like I say, this is a game that was pretty well received at the time it was originally released, but it's not one that I see anyone talk about these days, which is a shame, because it's a lot of fun. So I'm just going to demonstrate the tournament mode because that gives you a nice cross-section of all the different ways that you can play this. There is a multiplayer mode that you can play online. I don't know if that's still up and running or indeed if anyone is playing it. I doubt it very much, sadly, but you can always arrange a time and place to get people together, assuming the servers are still up, or you can still make use of Xbox Live to connect to one another. If not, you can play single events from the unlocked locations that you've progressed through the tournament, and you can set up custom playlists and challenges as well. So let's go into tournament. First thing you do is you pick a character from this bunch of reprobates here, and you can unlock 2 more characters as you progress as well. Not sure how you do that. I assume complete certain amounts of the tournament or win certain levels of the tournament and so on. And you'll see that each character has its own speed, strength and stamina ratings. So I quite like playing as Kuro because he's the fastest, and he seems to be plenty tough enough to deal with most of the situations you might come across. So there's a bunch of different tournaments you can access. They're all themed around a particular location. And when you play a tournament, it's a bunch of different rounds in that same location. Now, all you really have to do in order to unlock the next tournament is to survive each level. But if you come in the top 3 positions in the tournament, you win a gold, silver or bronze bullet. I don't actually know what they do, if they actually unlock anything or if they're just for bragging rights. But a lot of this game's longevity comes from sort of arcade-style replayability, so I guess what you want to try and do in the long term is unlock everything and then replay each of the tournaments, try and get the best scores possible, try and get the gold bullets, and try and top the leaderboards while they're still online as well. So let's go to Ocean Liner because I haven't tried this at all yet, so I'll be playing this pretty blind. 4 difficulty levels. You've got Casual, Reckless, Insane or Real. Again, Real is locked, so I assume you have to either play through all the tournaments or get a certain amount of bullets or something like that. We'll stick on Reckless for now. That's the normal difficulty.
One of our showpiece events, the RMS Aquilania, lies impaled on rocks on the coast of Africa and was deemed unsalvageable until she passed into the hands of the club. This may be one of our finest acquisitions and deadliest events.
So the entire plot of this game is that there's a club where rich people bet on people trying to kill each other, and that's pretty much it. And that's all the narrative you need, really, because this is not a game about plot. This is a game about score, and that makes it a lot of fun. So this first type of event is a sprint event, which means that you have to find the exit to the level, and on your way to the exit you need to score as many points as possible. So the scoring system in this game is all based on combos. So what you need to do is kill enemies in rapid succession. You see you've got a combo bar up in the top right. And basically, you want to try and keep moving. Shoot targets to refresh that combo bar. Kill enemies. Again, to refresh the combo bar. And to increase it by 1. When the combo runs out... Oh, sorry, when the bar runs out, your combo will start bleeding. So it won't immediately drop down to 0. It will start draining one at a time. So if you're quick enough, you can recover. But you see, here, for example, I can't see any targets nearby because I'm clearly going the wrong way. So I've pretty much lost that there. Because I don't know where to go. Unfortunately, you're not scored on time, despite this type of event being known as sprint. Oh, through there. That makes sense. So in actual fact, it's almost worth taking your time a bit so that you can score as many points as possible. And if you want to get really in-depth with it, you want to figure out which targets are worth the most and leave them until last so that you can get the biggest point value for them thanks to the multiplier. Now you'll notice that you can take a lot of damage in this game, but there's no regenerating health. So you have to kind of balance things up to a certain degree. You have to figure out if you can afford to go charging in all guns blazing, quite literally, or if you want to hang back and take your time a little bit more. And then you want to finish the level with as high a multiplier as possible, because that multiplier then applies to your bonus that you get at the end of the stage. That was not an amazing score. Yeah, 6th. Top competitor there got 1,600,000. So that would have been a case of sort of really trying to chain the whole level together. So, so this next one is called Survivor. Survive until the time runs out and stay within the area marked by the traffic cones and chalk markings. So this is a kind of king of the hill type situation. So top score on this one is 1.7, nearly 1.8 million. I doubt I'm going to get anywhere near that, but we'll give it a go. Oh dear. Pistol not ideal for this. So that's me stepping outside of the chalk markings. So in these stages, it's important to learn where all the important stuff in the level is, because there's usually like a respawning health pickup that you'll be able to find. Can't see any of the enemies. Oh, you're there. Another one around here. And as you might expect, you get more points for headshots and sort of various other skill shots like killing an enemy with your last bullet and all that kind of thing. Oh, there's the health pickup. It's up on that top level there. Can I get up there from here? Yes, I can. It is just outside the chalk markings though, so you got to really nip in there, grab the health, and then hop back into the arena. This stage is really dark. It's not making it easy to spot the enemies. Laser sights are usually bad news. They usually mean rocket launchers rather than sniper rifles in this. I'm not sure if there actually is a sniper rifle in this. There's certainly a rocket launcher though. And the rocket launcher is, as you might expect, bad news. This isn't going brilliantly, I won't lie. But to be honest, in these sort of survivor stages, I'm mostly just pleased if I can actually last for the entire time limit. Grab the health, get a bigger bonus at the end. There we go. Survived. So that got us about 100,000 points. Not enough for top 3 status though, I doubt. Yeah, still 6th. Not doing too well. But as I say, this is an arcade style game where you need to kind of learn the levels, get a feel for where the various pickups and things are, and then replay, and improve your scores and your times each time. So another sprint event coming up. So again, the case of making it through the level with as many points as possible. It's pretty dark in the insides of this ship. This makes it quite challenging to find your way around. Not entirely sure what the secret skull shots are for, because they don't give you any points and they don't reset your combo meter either, so I'm not sure what their value is. Secret enemies are enemies who appear and they just run away, so you've got to try and kill them before they escape, but they are worth huge amounts of points if you can actually take them out. There are secret areas in traditional shooter style, and they usually have some extra items and stuff that you can go and collect. There we go. Not that way. Down here. No. Lost my combo. You see that if you know the route around these levels, you'll be able to get around them a lot more quickly, maintain that combo, and keep moving. Whereas right now, I am kind of lost. Down here? Nope. Where do I go next? Maybe. No, not really. I'm calling myself a bit lost, to be perfectly honest. Through here. No, that's a secret area from before. Maybe I'm not supposed to be here at all. No, it does say that way. Oh, the exit's down there, that's why. Duh! How embarrassing. Oh, that was truly terrible. Truly terrible. But, well, a good example of how good you can expect to be when you're coming across a new level in this for the first time. I still got 4th though. It's not bad. I'm still in 6th place though. Definitely not going to win a bullet this time. Right, next one is Siege, which is similar to Survivor, but tends to be in a much smaller area. So Survivor, you tend to have a bit of room to run around, and there's sometimes multiple levels that you can move on. In Siege, you tend to be confined to a fairly small area and have to hold out against the siege, basically. Again, though, it's helpful to get the lay of the land as soon as you can. Figure out where any power-ups are, particularly health. Because the one thing you will struggle with in this kind of event is health. So the health is down those stairs. So you see, in events like this, it really pays to try and chain in some of those skull shots on the walls to get your multiplier up as high as possible. Particularly if you start seeing some high value enemies showing up. But as you can see from my health bar, you can take a lot of punishment before you need to worry about health too much. And that's an important thing to get your head around with this game. This is not a game where you need to hide too much. Shotgun not ideal at this distance. I'm out of shotgun anyway. Lost a lot of combo there.
Great shot.
Let's get a bit of health. Because we are starting to get a little bit low. And as before, the health pickup is outside of the area you're supposed to stay in, so you have to rush out, grab it, and rush back as quick as you can. And the health pack does respawn every so often, but... Oh, God!
Great shot.
I lost my combo at some point. So the green laser sights are the rocket launchers, and I guess there are sniper rifles then, because there were red laser sights as well. That'll do. That's a respectable score. Probably not enough, though. We'll see. Oh, second. I'll take it. That's moved us up the rankings a little bit into 4th place. Doubt we're going to catch 3rd place at this rate, unless they really mess up the next one. But on to Time Attack for our next kind of event. So in this one, it's similar to Sprint, but you're time limited this time. Now, you don't get a bonus for time remaining, but you do get additional time for kills and time pickups. So you still want to try and score as much as possible along the way and collect the timer pickups. But ultimately, it is about finishing the course. And normally in these time attack stages, you have to do several laps of the course. So you'll find as you progress, you'll probably get quicker at making your way around. And getting into a good position. And as with sprint, it's a good idea to keep your eye out for the panels on the walls that you can shoot for additional time in this case. Or maintaining your combo. And also look out for the signs on the walls which tell you which way to go. Which I have apparently missed. Down here. And over here. Devastating loss of combo there. Let's try and build that back up again. Got plenty of bullets. And a reasonable amount of time. So we're now on lap 2. So we just have to go round and do it all again. Twice more. Preferably without inconvenient reloading. These events can be particularly high scoring once you get the hang of them, because the fact you have to go around them 3 times means that you have a lot more targets you can grab. And so if you enjoy making numbers get big, this is the event type for you. Right, onto our final lap. Good combo going. As you can probably see, the combo does tick down very quickly once you get up to that level. So it's a lot harder to maintain a combo above about 15 or so. But it is possible. I think the highest I've managed is 20. And maintain that for a little while. We're nearly there now. If you can hit people from a distance, that makes a huge difference. Run! There we go. Fairly respectable. Not a top 3 score, I don't think. Well, it might be a top 3. Not a top score, certainly, because he was over 2 million, I think, if I remember rightly. Second place. Acceptable. Very acceptable. I think we're still in 4th place, though. Yeah. And Dragov has moved up a bit. So, I don't know. We could make it into the top 3 if we do very well in this last one. But I'm not holding out too much hope. But as I say, it doesn't matter too much. All you have to do in order to unlock the next tournament and the next location is to actually survive the whole thing. You get 5 chances at each one. So if you get killed or if you restart, you lose one of those chances. And you have 5 chances for every round of the tournament. So it's pretty generous in that regard. But especially the survival ones, if you don't figure out the whole tracking down the health packs early on, then you'll run into a bit of trouble there. Alright, where are we going? This way. have the machine gun. I like the machine gun more than the shotgun. Shotgun just fires a little bit too slowly. So this type of event here, the Run the Gauntlet event, this is similar to Time Attack, but instead of doing laps, you're doing a point-to-point race and there's no time extensions. So this is sort of the idea of sprints taken to its natural conclusion, I guess. Now you might notice that some of these levels are going through the same parts of the ship, but sort of blocking off and opening up different sections according to the event you're doing. And that's a very racing game sort of thing to do. You may recall that the designer of this game described it as a racing game with guns. And yeah, that description kind of works for me because a lot of this game is about being quick and stylish, so it actually got a surprising amount in common with the Project Gotham series that Bizarre Creations are most well known for. So yeah, really interesting game. Really interesting game that I do like a lot. I hadn't played it for a good few years before I picked up a used copy from CEX recently as part of my sort of collecting 7th generation stuff that I've apparently got into. And yeah, I revisited it and I was like, hang on, this game's really fun. There we are. Achievement unlocked. Classic Xbox 360 style achievement unlocked. Can you believe that is technically retro now? It's 2 generations old. Right, 4th place, final standing. So we didn't get a bullet this time, but we did clear the tournament, which means it unlocks the next one for us. So we got 1 new gunplay playlist unlocked, so we can play that in the gunplay mode. I believe you can play this multiplayer. I do actually have the box here. Yes, I think there are split screen modes you can play in this, so you can play like the custom modes with multiple people. Oh, I've unlocked a new character as well, so it is just progress for unlocking the other characters as well. But anyway, there we go. That is The Club by Bizarre Creations. Not a game you should play if you're after a strong narrative experience, because there is 0 narrative whatsoever in this game. But if you're after a arcade-style score attack type of experience, then there's a lot of fun to be had here. And I recommend giving it a shot for yourself. No pun intended. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.